What it is the buyers in the market now are not opportunistic. They're out of necessity, right? They've outgrown their apartment. They've moved to a new town. They're not just saying, "Oh, what the hell? Let's take a 7.5% mortgage and pay what is dang near the peak of house value."
When you were talking about cutting corners, were you talking about like the fix up of the house?
Yep.
Or are you talking about something illegal?
So let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Three piece. Let's start with product
Product.
because that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, I was talking about per se the product, or caulking the windows, making sure the floor matches up, is the floor level, is the all of the things that you could absolutely get away with because you were getting 5% appreciation a month, pre-July 2022.
It had popcorn ceilings, and that was okay 30
Exactly.
years ago. It's fine still today.
Exactly.
But whereas nobody likes that anymore.
Correct. Or the house is built in the 70s, and every 10 years they added a new room, in a weird way that, like, again, a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago now, no one cared. But now I had to pay $4,500 a month for this. When you get your actual mortgage, between an FHA, it's just crazy what these mortgages cost. And so the power, it's not, I think it is in the buyer spot, obviously, for those ones, but they're just going to pass up their house. That's why you're seeing a lot of inventory sit. If you actually pay attention to the inventory levels, yes, there's more houses coming on the market, but the good ones are still going in a week or two. They're not flying off the shelf in 24 hours. So maybe some houses are in some areas, but they're selling in 7-14 days and getting under contract. They're just, the ones that are flooding the market. I mean, would you want to live there for $5,000 a month?
So what do you think is the motivator behind that? Like, because obviously when there's a culture shift like that, it's not just one or two people, but it's everyone. Like, is it just because people are used to nicer stuff, or is it because now they're on TikTok and they see chaos and they don't want that in their life? Like, what moves the entire market to make a decision that hey, we want premium stuff?
I personally think it's better. I think there's a lot of people that got in a lot of trouble July 2022 when rates went up to like the 8 months after that, because you had purchased the house maybe in March, you were working on selling it. July 2022 rates start ticking up, and there was like, oh, hold on, and then obviously you got all the rumors, just wait for rates to come down. Rates aren't coming down. If they do come down, you're going to save $200 a month, best case scenario. That's, I don't think the Fed's going to come out and go, oh yeah, we're back at 3%. They're going to go from a couple.
What it is the buyers in the
points.
market now are not opportunistic. They're out of necessity.
Yeah.
Right. They've outgrown their apartment. They've moved to a new town. They're not just saying, "Oh, what the hell? Let's take a 7.5% mortgage and pay what is dang near the peak of house values." Right. So since there's a little bit more inventory, and there's less buyers, mortgage applications for homeowner loans are at an all-time low. There's less people, so they can be a little bit more picky. And, back in the day, we called it functional obsolescence. Like if you had to walk through the second bedroom to get to the third, we used not to call that second one a bedroom. There was a period there where we called that 2 bedrooms, and, it didn't really matter what you called it. It would sell anyway,
the
right?
super room.
So now we're back to, if you have that weird floor plan, like he said, and he was dead on, it's functionally obsolescent. You can't call it a 3-bedroom. The market is going to look at it as a 2-bedroom. Also, because what he said, they have that 10, 20, 30,000 to put down on the house, but they don't have more money. Like, it needs to be perfect, because when they move in, they know they're not making any modifications or spending any extra money until 5-10 years from now.
And now they got to pay their buyer's agent.
That's negotiable.
That's negotiable, yeah, that's right.